Hey, economy watchers, I'm Adriana from Total TV. Biggest updates from this week on the US economy, the world economy, China, and the EU. What a mixed but resilient picture we have in February 2026. Starting with the United States, the economy kicked off the year stronger than expected, with non-farm payrolls adding 130,000 jobs in January, way above forecasts and beating the consensus. Big-time unemployment holds steady around 4.3%. While inflation cooled a bit, with core pressures easing in the fourth quarter of 2025. Headline inflation around 2.4%. The Fed kept rates steady, but markets are watching for any hints on future moves. Consumer spending stays solid, boosted by tech investments and fiscal support, though some uncertainty lingers from trade policies and revised numbers, adding a layer of caution overall. The US is showing resilient growth, probably above 2% this year, powered by AI capital expenditure and private sector adaptability. Globally, things are steady but full of warning signals. The IMF projects global growth at 3.3% for 2026 and 3.2% for 2027, slightly up from earlier outlooks. Technology, fiscal support, and accommodative conditions are offsetting trade shifts and geopolitical tensions, but the World Uncertainty Index hit a record high over 106,000 in February. Worse than COVID 2008 crash or 9/11, combined trade is reshaping with new policies, creating winners and losers. UNCTAD notes shifts in sectors like wine, wool, and rice. While the UN warns we need to move beyond GDP to avoid planetary disaster, the global economy defies some expectations but remains fragile, with downside risks from tariffs, uncertainty, and escalation. China is proving resilient despite headwinds. GDP grew 5% in 2025, meeting targets, and the IMF now sees 4.5% this year, up a touch from October forecasts. Robust exports, fiscal stimulus, and rebounding consumer confidence are helping, though. Domestic demand lags. With a two-speed economy, private sector plays a key role in priorities, and the 15th five-year plan pushes consumption-led growth. Policymakers are shifting toward more stimulus, social protection, and property support. But IMF calls out policy waste causing spillovers abroad and urges reorientation to consumer spending. Exports to the US look dismal, but overall trade holds up amid Lunar New Year hopes for a consumption boost. In the EU, the picture is more cautious, but with positive notes. Eurozone growth upgraded after 0.3% in the fourth quarter of 2025. Labor market remains solid. Inflation under control around 1.9%. ECB holding rates. Steady defense spending ramps up toward 2.5% of GDP, boosting sectors like industry. Leaders discuss two-track approaches for reforms and deeper single market to fight stagnation. European policies emerge to protect defense, AI, and clean tech, while fiscal flexibility allows more defense outlays. Germany eyes stronger growth this year. After energy shocks, Europe is overcoming difficulties with rearmament and household intentions, supporting modest expansion. This week screams resilience amid chaos. Dollar strength, trade wars, AI boom, and policy shifts are interconnecting everything. Stay diversified. Watch Fed, ECB signals, geopolitical news, and those consumption pivots in China. Whether you are investing, trading, or just tracking macro, this is a market full of real opportunities if we play it smart. What excites you most? A strength, China, pivot, EU reforms, or global uncertainty? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep decoding this wild economy together.